Let's start by looking at this specific environment. It's a bright day in an outdoor garden with leaves catching the breeze and plenty of natural light. Look at this illustration of three friends, Nitin, Ruchi, and Riya. Nitin is carrying a large, rolled-up blank sheet of paper, and Ruchi has a closed box of colors. A massive, entirely blank canvas like that creates a vacuum. Before a single mark can be made, they face the immediate problem of deciding exactly what to draw from a near-infinite set of possibilities. Riya solves this by looking up. She decides to use their immediate physical surroundings as a blueprint, pointing out a nearby tree as their starting subject. Long before anyone opens a box of crayons, they have to study the space around them. The act of creation actually starts with active observation of the real world. In the top panel, they establish a central anchor by blocking out a tree. Nitin handles the brown trunk, while his friend colors the green leaves, dividing the labor to build different components of the same structure. A single tree sitting directly in the middle of a white page is biologically accurate, but as a piece of visual media, it lacks variety. Moving to the bottom panel, they introduce a contrasting color palette by drawing bright red flowers in the lower corners. They also add a hovering butterfly, introducing a dynamic element to offset the static plants. Let's map this layout. The heavy, dark mass of the green and brown tree anchors the center, and those bright, glowing red nodes at the edges act as counterweights, pulling the viewer's eye across the entire page. Blocking out a strong central shape is only the beginning. An ecosystem requires those contrasting, peripheral details to actually feel alive. Look at the top panel. The plants are floating in white space, so they aggressively fill in a yellow sun and green grass along the margins, creating a ceiling and a floor to trap the subjects in a spatial reality. Focusing on the bottom panel, Riya points out that the ecosystem still feels empty. Nitin realizes a garden is meant for interaction, so they need to fill that empty space at the tree's base with children. The creators decide to place tiny, drawn versions of themselves directly into the world they just finished building. A beautifully constructed environment sits dormant until there are active subjects present to experience it. In this final image, the children hold up the fully assembled artwork. Tracing the path from top down, we see the complete integration of the warm sky, the heavy trunk, the contrasting red blooms, and finally, the grounded human subjects. Compare this dense, layered scene to the completely blank sheet of paper and closed box of crayons they started with earlier in the day. This specific result was impossible for one person to achieve alone. It required the physical paper from Nitin, the colors from Ruchi, and the observational direction from Riya to come together. Nature contains immense beauty and complex colors. By combining a blank page with active observation and collaborative teamwork, anyone has the tools required to capture it.